Good morning, it's great to see you again. It's always a pleasure to meet with the principal of the future school I'll be working at. I'm really excited for this opportunity to work at your school as a grade 3 teacher. I have always wanted to be a teacher. I believe that every student should have an equal opportunity to succeed in life. Students should be able to choose their own career paths, and I want to be that positive influence on them. To achieve this goal of helping students, I have carefully planned and considered multiple elements in my classroom. According to McDonald, effective teaching is deliberate and planned to develop a quality learning environment where all students are actively engaged. It is for this reason that I am prepared for when students arrive on the first day of class. I expect that there will be plenty of diversity amongst my students. Students will have come from all different backgrounds and will have different reasons for behaving the way they do. According to McDonald, to thrive, students need their physical, emotional, and growth needs met by adults. It is for this reason that I have carefully planned my classroom with a focus on engagement and meeting students' needs. By doing this, I believe that I will make a great effective teacher. To do this, I've considered elements such as strategies for engagement, understanding students' needs, considering the relationship between behaviour and lesson planning, the physical setup of my classroom, and how to approach behavioural management. So first, I'd like to discuss engagement. The priority and foundation to which I've planned my classroom is engagement. I believe that student engagement is vital for success. My number one step to promoting engagement is to address the needs of my students. I've been influenced by the work of Larry Brentro. Brentro developed the Circle of Courage model, which identifies 4 universal growth needs. It identifies the vital signs for positive health and growth. He explains that all children need opportunities to experience belonging, mastery, independence, and generosity. If these needs are met, then the children will be more engaged in the classroom setting. Students will feel a sense of belonging on the very first day of school. My classroom will have a theme of teamwork. They will have a feeling of significance because we will discuss that each member of our team plays an important role in the success of our team, for we are all unique and valuable. Students will have a sense of mastery, for I will structure my learning environment so that all my students receive recognition, can develop competence, and have the chance to realise that they have talent. Students will have a sense of independence, because my classroom will value the opinions of students. Students will be viewed as advisors to show their opinions are valued and that they have power, but as a teacher, I will still have some control. Finally, students will have a sense of generosity, for they will constantly be reinforced that their life has a purpose through cooperative learning. By having this understanding of student needs, I believe I will be an effective teacher, for I'll be able to shift from controlling need-related problems to instead building strengths and meeting the needs of students, which I believe will create an environment of engaged learners. Next, I'd like to discuss where I see the relationship between behaviour, lesson planning, and engaging students in learning activities. I believe it is important to understanding the relationship between behaviour and lesson planning in order to engage students in learning activities. To engage students, I will support students' autonomous motives such as interests, needs, preferences, and personal goals when planning lessons. I want to do this due to the research conducted by Zhang and Reeve. They explain that when teachers focus on supporting students' autonomous motives to guide their learning and activity, these instructional acts support students' engagement by presenting interesting and relevant learning activities, providing optimal challenges, highlighting meaningful learning goals, and supporting student endorsement of classroom behaviours. By doing this, I am confident that students' needs will be met and they will be engaged in learning, thus producing successful results. Next, I'd like to discuss the physical setup of my classroom and how that will promote engagement and also meet the needs of my students. I've tried to create a student-centered classroom through the physical setup of my class. So to do this, I've decided to design my classroom into group tables. I have done this due to the research of Arthur, Gordon, and Butterfield. They explained that group tables assist in the promotion of positive behaviour by enabling more varied instructional strategies to be implemented, plus it meets the students' basic needs of belonging and social interaction, and to some degree, it also meets the students' needs for freedom, pleasure, and power. Butterfield also suggests that group tables can also have some negative influences on behaviour and engagement. He explains that group tables can interfere with positive behaviour, such as increasing the chance of off-task social interactions and reducing student-teacher eye contact. But I believe the positives of group tables outweigh the negatives, which is why my students will be seated in groups. Finally, I would like to discuss behavioural management strategies that will be used in my classroom. When it comes to behavioural management and approaching misbehaviours, I've been persuaded by the work of Sullivan to engage students rather than punish them. Sullivan's research shows that a focus on engagement rather than punishment is likely to lead to better learning and behaviour. So, to approach engagement rather than punishment, I will also incorporate the theory of Nelson, Lott and Glenn. They believe that consequences can have an undertone of making the student pay for their misbehaviour, whereas a solution-focused orientation seeks to assist the students in developing autonomy and seeing problems as opportunities for personal growth. By incorporating a solution-focused orientation in my classroom for misbehaviour, I believe I will develop student engagement and responsibility, as the student is part of the solution and the solution can only move forward through respectful conversation with the teacher. By approaching behavioural management in this way, I'm not punishing the students, but rather showing that I care to work with them, meet their needs and make positive changes in their behaviour, which will overall, I think, will increase engagement. Thank you for making the time to meet with me again. I'm really looking forward to working in your school, and I am confident I will be a positive influence not only on my students, but the entire school. Thank you.